depending on how many fields there are, you have a field master in charge of the field for each field that's being run. So if you have 3 fields, 3 field masters. And the field master's function is to kind of be responsible for their field. So when I lead a field, the first thing I do is count the people in the field, because I want to make sure that the number of people we start with is the number of people we end up with. Okay? And then maybe we do a little orientation. You never pass the field master, okay? Unless the field master is asking you to do something, like go ahead and open a gate or something like that, then it's okay. Otherwise, you're always behind the field master.
Because a lot of the reasoning behind that is, A, the field master knows where he's going, where you can and can't go on the runs. And like you pointed out earlier about the holes, he's going to fall in that hole.
Yeah, everybody's going to see
him. Watch where he's gone. If he went through okay, you go through in the same spot.
Exactly.
So, you know, you have got that safety net in front of you if you're at the back. Whereas I'm in front. So.
And we all watch, see what happens to you.
And how far ahead are you of the group?
The group, I can have people alongside me. Sometimes the field masters will invite members to ride along with them.
Okay.
That's okay. The other part that I was going to get in terms of protocol, again, all the people with colors ride in front of all the people who don't have colors. And there's an actual functional reason for that. Again, you want the people who are more experienced to be in the front so they get in trouble. You can see that so you don't get in trouble. Or they can warn you, wear hole, wear wire, wear telephone pole, whatever it is. You know,
a lot
to
of
watch
it
out.
is like when you're riding, safety. You know, you obviously don't want to be too close to the horse in front of you, or else, you know, in case
Out of
you
kicking
get kicked
distance.
or something like that. You know, so you have to have that little sort of bubble around you to be able to. But if you know the horses, then you know you can be next to them.
For example, we had a field master who had a horse that kicked after every jump. So, and I mean, and we all knew it, and he warned us. He said, this horse kicks after, and it was always the first jump. Didn't kick after that, it was always the first jump. So we all knew that we'd let him go, he'd do his jump, the horse would kick, and then the next member would jump. Normally we'd be a little closer than that, but we all knew. So it's kind of important to know the horses, and the field master will tell you that. And then the other thing the field master is responsible for, again, they know the territory. And you can move from field to field. You just ask the field master in the second field, can I go up to the first field? Sure, go ahead. But sure, you let them know when you get there. Yeah?
If the horse kicks a lot, can you tie a red ribbon in the tail?
Yeah.
It depends on how much a lot is. Like the one I was talking about, the horse would kick out, but it didn't. Number one, the biggest sin is kicking a hound. You kick a hound, you're gone.
So
it's done.
Do you know what to do when the hounds come through? What they always say is heads to hounds. Basically, always turn your horse's head to face the hounds. A, it can see what's coming and it doesn't scare it so much, and also if it's going to kick, it's facing away. But if you have a horse that does kick a lot, you might get excused. You might get asked. Same as any pony at Pony Club, if it's that naughty, we don't really need it, it's a safety issue. But you'll see red ribbons and you'll also see green as well for a young horse. So
a green horse, in other words, I don't know what this horse is going to do, so don't get too close. It might kick, don't know.
Do you guys ride stallions?
We have got a stallion that does come out occasionally, but most
Very,
people don't.
very well controlled horse.
And what if your horse would like to nuzzle or play with the hound?
That's okay.
You're fine. I mean, the hounds will run through your horse's legs, so you have to be careful.
But if your horse does happen to fire out a kick, you've got to be seen to discipline your horse.
I mean,
because once a horse does it once, they'll do it again.
Yeah, I mean, when you first come out, like when we let the hounds out to train and stuff, you want to make sure you're a good distance away so your horse doesn't get
And sometimes
scared.
it's not the horse's fault, because we've got some hounds that are just not scared of horse, because our horses are
But the
pretty
hounds
much
will jump out
brilliant.
the cover right next to
Whereas
you.
we've got horses that will come and stick their heads between a horse's back legs. The hounds will. So you've got to be prepared that you've got to discipline, because the hounds are stupid at times. So just be prepared that your horse will get used to it, but if it does lift its leg or do anything, reprimand it, because we've got a couple of hunt members that don't, and every time the people come, you go, oh, who's getting kicked today? Because when their horses were young, they didn't reprimand their horses, so now, don't we, Matt? We just go, oh,
you have to
no.
be careful.
So,
well, what we try to do is point out, we'll put a buddy on that person so that they're on that person all the time to make sure that the horse doesn't kick the hounds, the person will say, you know, rate that horse if the horse starts to lift its leg. Can y'all feel a jump coming? Have you experienced that? You know, you kind of feel this going up, and the horse is bending, because the horse has to bend down, right? Go forward, down a little bit in order to get the leverage to do the kick. So you've got plenty of warning that it's coming, so you can rate your horse right away.
And most horses are good because you all have dogs at your barns. Yeah. They're used to seeing dogs running in and out the arena, in the fields when you go for trail rides, so most horses are pretty good.
About how many, like if you have people that just want to come and, you know, participate in a hunt, how many hunts does it take for a horse that's not necessarily used to having dogs running around? But
depends on the horse.
Depends on how highly strung the horse is.
Breeding, you know, what the horse is, so it's all at your own pace.
Yes.
What breed of hound dog do you use?
They're all foxhounds.
Okay.
We have mainly crossbreed foxhounds, which is a mixture of pure English and pure American, and we've got a mixture of the two. I've got some pure English hounds over there, but they're mainly crossbreed. I haven't got any pure American hounds. And we breed the hounds to suit the style of hunting that we're doing here. So the hounds that work for us here might not work for someone else in a different part of the country. We're a little bit isolated here as far as getting hounds, so we tend to have to make do with what we've got. But we breed the hounds to hunt our country and the conditions that we hunt in. Depending on the weather and the temperature and stuff, it depends on how the hunting goes. And it's like when you come out hunting, because we hunt predominantly live, so we'll go out, we'll cast the hounds, which means I'll let the hounds go and look for the coyotes. And we don't always find anything. So, you know, you can hunt the same country a few times and it's totally different. It's a different ride every time. Because I'll go out and I'll say I'm going to go this way and we're going to go and look around here for something. But once we find the coyote, it all changes. Then it's the thrill of the chase, because you never know which way it's going to run, you know how things are going to turn out. So that's once you get into the hunting a bit more. To start off, people come out, they want to ride, they want to jump, and then they start watching the hounds a bit more, and they get a bit more excited about that, and they start showing interest in different hounds and getting to learn their names and stuff. But the hunting changes every time we go. We can go out and we can walk for 3 hours, you know, or in the first 5 minutes it can be a flat-out gallop and we're off. So you do want to make sure, you know, your horses are fit when we come out, and that's the whole idea with the early hunting we do. We're getting the hounds fit and we're also getting the horses fit.
So
And the
when
riders.
you train hounds, do you train them as a group or in smaller groups?
We'll go over and look at the hounds in a minute. I walk and I exercise them here all as one group. But when we go out hunting, I physically can't take all of them, I haven't got the enough truck. But we'll take out 12 to 14 couple roughly, so 25, 30 hounds at a time.
A lot.
Why do they call them a couple?
I don't know, they're always counted. We always count the hounds in couples, so pairs basically. So I've got 24 and a half couple of hounds in kennels.
I think I can answer that question. Again, this is lore, don't know if it's true, but the way they used to train the hounds, and maybe they still do sometimes, is they would take an older hound who's experienced and couple him with a puppy. And the older hound knows what it's supposed to do, and it knows how it's supposed to hunt and stuff like that. And the puppy doesn't know anything. It's the puppy, you know. It's like, so basically, the older hound would be kind of dragging the puppy along.
That's what we do. We start training them at home. We'll couple them. And I actually, let me show you. I actually carry a set of couples on my saddle, so that if you get a hound that's started with lost or whatever, we can tie it to another hound.
So that's where I learned that the word couple came from.
You know, we couple them up to start with as pups, and we start exercising them at home.
We don't hunt them that way.
Obviously, we can't hunt them like that
No.
because they can't go cross country.
That would be difficult when they both go this way.
That's the thing. It's like when I'm getting the house fit at home, I have to have all the pups off couple before I can start doing any work with the horses. Because having two hounds tied together on horses' legs just doesn't make sense. Yes?
What do you do in the way of warm-up for the horses?
For the horses, a lot of people arrive to the meet, you know, up to an hour beforehand, and they'll get on and just walk and trot. Some people will lunge their horses beforehand. Obviously, it depends where the meet site. I mean, if it's on the edge of a road, then you can't quite do it as much. But generally we're on a ranch or in a field somewhere, so you have plenty of time. I mean, you all know yourself how much warm up your horse needs prior to moving.